Talking Bills and Packers. We are back. Little break for the holiday season. That's over now. We're back, and we're back just in time for one of my favorite moments on the calendar year, the NFL postseason. It's here. We made it through 18 weeks of regular season football. Unfortunately, DVD, this is a bittersweet episode for you and I, as while we're both excited to watch and enjoy the NFL postseason, our Green Bay Packers failed to qualify in a epically frustrating performance on Sunday Night Football against the Detroit Lions.
It was heartbreaking. But I'm going to start my little spiel off with a question. Were you surprised? Were you like, you know what? I didn't expect this was going to happen in Green Bay against the Lions. I don't know I don't know if I was shocked, not shocked. I don't know. How did you take it?
At the moment, I was. When they lost, I was. But as I've now sat on it for 48 hours, I'm not. This was a bad football team all year long. They fooled us at the end there into thinking, oh, they're going to make a push for it. Oh, they figured it out. Nope. This was a poorly coached, poorly executed, poorly, prepared football team all year long, and they kind of got what they deserved. And quite frankly, had they won, I would have had no faith in them going to San Francisco this weekend and achieving anything.
With the kryptonite that is San Fran, normally under Jimmy G, but Brock Purdy? He's looking pretty good.
I know. So, first and foremost, I think we should touch on the Demar Hamlin situation. We haven't done a episode since then. I was watching it live. Really, really scary situation.
Big time.
Yeah, like all these different elements, like the broadcast having to stall. It was reported that the NFL was like, you have 5 minutes to warm up again and then get back out there, which they've since refuted. But people are like, no, that's what you actually said. So it's a whole thing. He seems to be on the road to recovery and is doing much better. The magical moment in the Bills game this weekend with the opening kickoff return for a touchdown.
Could you get a better entrance to the season, like after that? Like that was the most epic thing I think I've ever seen.
Disney
Just
movie.
the whole Cinderella story right there. Yeah.
And so it's a really scary, unprecedented situation.
No, it was. And I know this has already been talked about. And one, like you said, happy to hear that Demar's on the mend. I think he might even be home. I know he was discharged from Cincinnati and then going to a Buffalo hospital, but
there's rumors going around that he might be in the building for the Bills-Dolphins playoff game this Sunday.
A standing O is inevitable on that one. But, kudos also to the ESPN crew and not, overanalyzing. Of course they have to talk about it. They're in now this like crazy situation where they need to fill time, but I thought they did it respectfully. They did it very transparently. There was a lot of real, honest, authentic conversation around just the severity of what happened, the emotions running through all of the players and the broadcast team, personnel, the fans, everyone who's just witnessed something that's never happened before, and just really that the game is shitty. It's vicious sometimes, and whether there's a direct correlation between, I won't say that hit in particular because that was a football play, but a direct correlation between football in general and what he's gone through all his life and what happened. I'm not a doctor, who's to say, but I think it just opened up, like I said, just a lot of really honest conversation. And I thought Joe Buck and that whole crew just did a really awesome job. Even the camera team, like not trying to pry to see what's going on in the huddle, like very respectful. So I think, at the end of the day, everyone needs to report the news if you're in that position, but they just did it in such a way that I feel like everyone's thankful for how they approached it.
Couldn't agree more, and we'll wait and see if he is in the building. If he is there on Sunday, it's going to be electric. I think, you know what? Like, I think we'll talk about this as when we preview that game a little later on, but I think the Buffalo Bills have a bit of magic on their side right now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them go all the way.
So I might be walking back my words that they're not going too far, even though I have my Buffalo Bills nails for them and Brian and Demar. I was like, you know what? I got to support Buffalo somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might be eating my words.
Before we get into that, though, let's do a Packer post-mortem.
It's ridiculous. You know what? Just immaturity. I would say like there's a lot of, regardless of just like general football play shittiness, just the immaturity that went on during that game and loss of cool and hot-headedness and just
Quay Walker shoving a trainer. Listen, if you want to point at that, then you got to point at coaching and you got to point at Matt LaFleur, who I
saw him on the sidelines, right? When he was like, use your head. Yeah.
I don't think Matt LaFleur deserves to be on the quote unquote hot seat, but I do think his seat should be a little bit warm. Yeah. Because this is the fourth year in a row his team has gone out with a whimper. Now this season was much different because they were bad from the get-go, but they went out with a whimper nonetheless. And this organization is at a serious fork in the road right now. And I want to explain what that fork is, and then we can decide which road we think they should go down. So after the game's over, we have Aaron Rodgers doing his usual end of season, poor me, sulk fest performance where it's like, sometimes the carousel stops and you got to get off and blah, blah, which is literally what he's done for the last 4 years. And every time he's come back, it's literally the reason why Davante Adams left town. Because he was like, this guy literally threatens to retire every year. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers is going to retire. I think there's too much money. Listen, he made a comment after some Aaron Rodgers hippy-dippy comment after the game about how money is energy and, like, I've made a ton of it and blah, blah, blah. I don't care how much money you've made. You're not walking away from $50 million. It's not happening.
I think his ego is just too big to walk away in general. Like, he still feels like he has a lot of unaccomplished things in Green Bay, which is arguably true. And he's just... That's what bothers me about the Packers, is that they still feel that they're a Super Bowl contender within the next, well, at least 1 year while they have Aaron still. But they have not put their money where their mouth is to support Aaron, like we've bitched and complained on this podcast throughout the entire season up till now. And quite frankly, they don't have that much money because he's just a dollar bill suck. Like, it's a weird place to be in.
That's one of the roads to go down. So they're at this fork in the road. On the one hand, Aaron Rodgers comes back. One thing we saw this year is Aaron Rodgers is at 39 years old, is no longer the quarterback who can carry the Packers on his own. And I think the mix this year of the young, inexperienced guys around him on offense and his general frustration with them, it took them a long time to build chemistry together. Yeah. So if you're going to keep Aaron Rodgers for the next 1 to 2 years and you're the Green Bay Packers, because he has 2 years left on his deal, you have to enter a win now mode, and you have to buck the trend of this organization and start making trades and bringing in high-powered guys to support him. And you have to change the way the offense runs. He's got to buy into it. We need actual legitimate. And if you got to trade some of these kids and some draft capital to bring in more established veteran guys, then that's what you have to do, because he can't do it on his own. He can't do it.
And he tried. You could see him on Sunday night. He was just like, he was trying to do it on his own because he saw that it wasn't clicking, especially when they were down, and he can't do it anymore. He doesn't have it with these new guys.
Well, his role in that is to buy in as well. Like, he's a huge part of this problem. No, because when this offense played well this year, they were a run-first offense. And Aaron, which I've said, and the whole time we've had people comment on our videos calling me an idiot, but I'm sorry, I believe this to my core. Aaron loves his stats and he loves his numbers, and even if the run game is working, he's going to check out of it sometimes because he needs his passing stats, and that's just the kind of guy he is. But I think he has to accept that at his age, we may need to be a run-first offense. And also, like I said, we need to get some additional weapons in here to support him.
Yeah.
Whatever. The other hand, you look to he either retires, which I don't think is going to happen, or you look to trade him and you go, we've got a great young group of assets here. We've got some really talented young wide receivers. We've got on the defensive side of the ball, we've got Rashawn Gary, we've got Kenny Clark, we've got Jair Alexander. Like, we've got a good young core here. And if you look at Aaron's numbers, particularly in the game against Detroit at the end of the year, Jordan Love could put up those numbers. Jordan Love could go 4 for 13 on third down or whatever it was. Like
he was looking good the couple times he was in the game this season. I was very impressed with him.
I'm not saying Jordan Love is going to come in and be Aaron Rodgers. I am saying if you look at Aaron's stats this year, Jordan Love could put up those stats. Or come damn close to it. I truly believe that. So you look to trade Aaron and proceed and give it a shot with Jordan Love and see what he's got. Worst case scenario, you have another tough year and you get a higher draft position. You keep adding to your core and you look to go acquire another quarterback to come in here. But you have good young pieces in place.
Yeah. I
don't know about you, but that's the direction I want them to go down. I've seen enough of 12. I've seen enough. He's an all-time great regular season quarterback. He's a surefire Hall of Famer. Some of the guys on the US TV shows call him the greatest natural thrower of the football ever. He chokes in big games. This is 4 years in a row with the season on the line that it's not that he hasn't played well. He stunk.
How many interceptions did he throw? 4? Was it 4? Yeah. Even that last long bomb while he was getting sacked. Like, oh
yeah.
God. Yeah, I have mixed emotions because part of me, like everybody, wants him to stay because I just want the team to win another championship. Like, I just want to have a really fucking good party as a Packers fan and have a reason to celebrate. And I think we could still do it to everything that you just said about offloading the young guys. Like, Aaron stays, Jordan's out. He's getting shipped off somewhere. We need to make some cap. Like, exactly. It's just inevitable.
If Aaron stays, Jordan Love, like, he's gonna leave. Like, he sat behind him for 3 years. He's not sitting behind him for any more.
No, and there's teams that could use a Jordan Love. There's tons that have some, rookies that maybe aren't as good. I don't know. But so that's another thing you have to contemplate, that if you're going to continue with Rodgers, you're back in the hunt for another backup QB.
And I think I've just seen enough. Like, I've seen enough of him in these big high pressure situations. Yeah. The moment gets to him, he panics. He makes stupid decisions. He like I said, like.
But then he doesn't own up to them. He blames other people. He blames his team.
4 years in a row, the 4 years of the Matt LaFleur regime, they have gone out with a whimper in elimination games, and Aaron Rodgers has stunk in all 4 of those games. All 4. Yeah. So I've seen enough. I think it's time. I think it's this relationship is toxic. Like, he ends the season like again with his pity party. Like, oh, I'm gonna his stupid line about the carousel stops and you got to get off or whatever the hell that is. It's like, dude, it's time to move on. They've got a lot of good young pieces here. There's an opportunity to sort of rebuild this team. I think it's not going to happen overnight. It'll probably be a few years, but you know what? That's okay. Like, it's.
What happens to Matt LaFleur though? Like,
you just took the words out of my mouth.
Okay.
I am not prepared to move on from Matt LaFleur until I see Matt LaFleur with a different quarterback. I think
That's fair.
I think Matt LaFleur is too nice of a guy. I think he's a pushover, and I think he lets Aaron boss him around.
But I think he's a smart coach.
I think he's a smart. Yes,
I think he's a very smart coach.
You can't. Matt LaFleur got arguably the 2 best years of Aaron Rodgers' career out of him in the back-to-back MVP seasons.
Yeah.
I don't doubt the guy's ability. I would like him to be like, you see, like Dan Campbell's an extreme example, but my God, those Detroit Lion players, they'll go out in that field and lay it all on the line for him. Like
Yeah.
And then you just don't see that. And like stupid mental mistakes all year, coming out and not being ready to play like 2 years in a row and getting the doors blown off. Like it's just, I think the current culture with Aaron in the building has run its course. And I think it's time to move on. And I think everyone will benefit from it. Trade him to some team that's got a lot of weapons, like a team like I know Brady's rumored to go to the Raiders now, but there's a team. Yeah, the Niners potentially. The Tennessee Titans are a team that I think Rodgers would fit really nicely on.
I always thought he was going to go to the Niners, like whenever that other trade rumor was last season or whatever. I was like, he always wanted to go there. That was his team from the get-go when he was a kid. And it's just like right off into the sunset in California.
A team like the New York
you live
Jets,
there anyways.
A team like the New York Jets is like all they're missing is a quarterback. Like the Dolphins, another team. Like there's places that you can trade him that I think he'll have a lot of weapons and could potentially make another run in his career. I just think it's run its course in Green Bay. I think they need a fresh start. I think they've got a lot of good young pieces in place that can grow together and mature as a team in the next 2 to 3 to 4 years. And I think it's time to move on. I've seen enough. It's over. This is toxic. Move on.
No, and you make the excellent point of it's the culture and the toxicity. I don't think these young guys, I think they respect him because he's Aaron Rodgers and he's done a lot for Green Bay and a lot for the game of football. But I think I don't know if it's intimidation or he's just not approachable. I don't think they feel he's somebody they can learn from. Maybe by osmosis. No, he's not. Maybe by osmosis, like catch the fucking ball or else I'll kill you type of vibe, as opposed to let me teach you how to do this. Yeah,
100%. The eye daggers when someone misses a catch, the
or
throwing up the hands. Yeah, like it's not instilling confidence right now.
It's not instilling confidence.
And let's just listen. I'm under no illusion that like if he leaves, they probably won't make the playoffs again next year. But at least you're building towards the next era instead of like bringing back Aaron, because that's another thing. A huge reason why he stunk with these young wide receivers this year is he didn't participate in OTAs. He's not getting any off-season workouts. He didn't develop chemistries with these guys until like week 8, week 9.
And gave them all this shit. Even you could hear, I can't remember if it was Joe or sorry, it wouldn't have been Joe on Sunday, sorry, but whatever play-by-play or sideline announcer was talking about Watson and how he came out at the beginning of the season was like, I constantly let Aaron down. Like, I'm just so happy now that I'm catching balls. Like, it had nothing to do with how well he was doing personally or how he grew as a player. It all had everything to do with how he pissed off dad. And then now he's doing everything in his power to make it up to him.
Yes. And if you can build an effective, a good offense with a run game, you don't need Jordan Love to be an elite quarterback. You just need him to be like, make the throws and let his talented wide receivers do the work and let Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon drive the offense. And I think it's time to really look into that option. And I think now's just as good a time as any. If you have to take a cap penalty for trading Aaron Rodgers, that's fine, because at this point in his career, Jordan Love doesn't cost you anything. So it's true. Like, whatever. There's suitors that will take him. There's like, I just listed off like 4 teams.
And Cobb's done too, right? He was only 1 year.
I don't know. He's another guy that like, if Rodgers comes back, I could see him coming back. But again, this year, like Randall Cobb, way too big of a role in the offense at times. Like he's just, I don't know. That's going to be a really interesting storyline. I don't think we're going to wait long. Like, I don't think this is going to be a thing where we're waiting until the start of next season. I think we're going to find out by like the end of February or March. I
swear to God, though, if he retires now and then unretires in August, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind.
I know. So it is what it is. It's frustrating season, and this organization is at a huge crossroads, and I hope they make the right decision. And even if that is bringing Aaron back, if they feel that's the right decision, then do what is necessary to make that decision effective instead of this sort of half measure of, okay, we're going to have Aaron Rodgers, but all these young players that he doesn't gel with, so on and so forth. Yeah. So anyways, it remains to be seen.
It's like learning how to swim and then never getting in a pool. Like, it's just ridiculous.
It is. It's so frustrating. Anyways, let's move on to some more interesting or uplifting conversation. NFL wildcard weekend, baby. These next 2 weekends of football are my 2 favorite weekends. These are weekends where I look at my wife, my friends, my family. If you want to hang out with me, you come to me, because I'm not going anywhere. Like, you...
I am with you, and we are set for the weekend. We have rented a cottage, and that it's a family place, but giant screen comes down. I was like, big, huge couch. It's like a paradise for just lounging and watching sports. And I am parking myself there, and exactly what you said. You're coming to me. You're bringing the beer. There's going to be beer in the fridge, and just keep it rolling, because I am not moving from my corner couch seat.
So the first game of the weekend, Saturday at 4:30, with the Packers and Lions loss, Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks will go to San Francisco to play the 49ers. This is, I mean, this one is pretty self-explanatory. Do I think the Niners are going to blow the doors off the Seahawks? No, because these are divisional opponents, and when you play teams in your division, I don't care how bad they are, it's always a tough game. And I think the Niners are going to win, but I don't think the Niners are going to roll.
No, and I would agree with that. Like you said, divisional, it's the playoffs. There's like there's mental toughness too, right? You could be as physically prepared as you want, but if you're in quicksand and you're getting steamrolled, no, it's going to be tough.
So weird.
I think the Niners, like you said, are going to come out on top on that one, but
yeah. So we will take the Niners over the Seahawks in the first game. Saturday night, we have Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers going to Jacksonville to take on the AFC South champion Jacksonville Jaguars. This game could go either way, because the Chargers on paper are a Super Bowl contender. On the field, they had a good season, but they never quite hit the level that you thought they would hit. And then you've got the Jags, who exceeded everyone's expectations but are still a bit young. And so I'm scared to sort of go all in on the Jags.
But you took the words out of my mouth this time, because I was like, I feel like they have nothing to lose for all the reasons you just said, but inexperience. Like, this is going to be their first time there, and for a lot of these players, or in a while. So it's like, I don't know. I'm probably siding with the Chargers on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers as well.
But I wouldn't be surprised, like, if the Jags pulled off a quote-unquote upset. That wouldn't be a shocker to me.
Sunday, first game, 1 o'clock, another divisional playoff game. The Miami Dolphins in Buffalo to take on the Bills. We talked earlier about the potential of Demar Hamlin being in the building. This one I feel a bit different about, because, as I said to you earlier, I think the Bills have some magic on their side.
Yeah.
There's quarterback drama with the Dolphins. Tua, I don't think, is going to play. Teddy Bridgewater might play. So I'm going to take the Dolphins to roll in this game.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Dolphins by like 2 scores to roll in this game, by at least 10.
Okay.
Yes. No, the Bills. Excuse me, the Bills.
That's why I was like, what? I'm going to leave that one. But I was like,
the Bills. Oh, my God. I'm sitting here. Oh, my God. The Bills. Excuse me.
I wasn't going to correct you. I thought you wanted to throw like a audible in here and just be like, you know what? Dolphins.
No.
I'm going to take them to roll.
Sitting here, just my head in the clouds, losing my mind. No. I will take the Buffalo Bills to roll. Excuse me.
For the record.
Yeah, for the record. My God.
I know. Like I said, eating my words on the Buffalo Bills, because I said they're not going to go very far, very deep in the playoffs. But like you said, there's magic, there's momentum. They're playing at home. Who knows what the weather's going to be like on Saturday? The Bills have it.
Hey, listen, you might not be eating your words. The Bills do have magic on their side, but when you get in that divisional round, man, you've got potentially spoiler alert, since for my pick coming up here, Cincinnati and Kansas City, and we just picked the Chargers. Like this is like you're swimming with the sharks.
When this gets rebranded to the Talking Bengals and Bills podcast, and we all come with our orange instead of this crappy Green Bay homage that I have going on here. To that, Bengals. I know that's who you're probably siding with too, but...
Yeah, so we'll just skip over the middle one because I want to talk about that one in a second. Before we do that, though, I want to make abundantly clear I'm picking Bills to roll by at least 10, not Dolphins. Good Lord.
What is their slogan again? Or squash the fish or squash the...
something
kill the
like
fish.
That.
Something about the fish. Yeah.
So let's do, because I just kind of touched on it, so we'll skip over and come back to the middle game. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals. I have no idea what's happening with Lamar Jackson. No. Apparently, like, there's injury issues, but also there's rumor that it has to do with his contract situation, and that's why he's not playing. So I think the Cincinnati Bengals are gonna. I'm kind of hoping for another Bengals Chiefs playoff showdown, whether that's in the divisional round or in the AFC title game, because I just think the Cincinnati Bengals are the best team. I think in my eyes, the Cincinnati Bengals are the Super Bowl favorite.
And I am also just tired of Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, me too. So tired of the Chiefs.
I don't want to listen to any more about that man.
100%. All right, now we're going to go back because we skipped over this game.
We did.
DVD and anyone listening within the sound of my voice. If there is a game that I'm going to put money on the underdog to win, it is this one. I am going to take the New York Football Giants on the road to eliminate the fraudulent Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings defense stinks. It's stunk all year. I think Kirk Cousins chokes in another high-pressure game. And I think the New York Football Giants upset and eliminate the Minnesota Vikings.
So I was going to take New York, not for any methodical reason that you laid out, but because fuck the Vikings.
Yes.
I'm taking them right out of spite. And I think they can upset them. I agree with you on Kirk Cousins. I think he's going to be really, really exposed during this game.
Brian Daboll will likely win Coach of the Year. The Vikings defense has struggled against the run all year. So Saquon Barkley, if he's 100%, will be a huge factor. Let me just make sure that Saquon Barkley is healthy, so I'm not. I don't sound like an idiot.
That's what edits are for. I think he is.
No.
Or is he on IR?
Yep.
Yeah,
I think he's. Yep. Yeah, I think he's okay. I think he might play.
Yeah.
Don't shoot me if I'm wrong here, but no, it looks like he'll be. Yeah, no, he got held out. He'll be fine. Okay, so Saquon Barkley will factor in. I think the Vikings are fraudulent. I think Brian Daboll will do what he's done all year and coach up his team to a victory and advance on to the divisional round.
Nope, I'm with you. Go Football Giants.
Can I just say, I hate that in the last 2 years, because of Super Wild Card Weekend, they've moved one of these games to Monday night. I hate that. Why can't you just do 3 and 3? Like, screw you, ESPN. Just do the game on the weekend.
Again, just a 1 o'clock game. To be honest, I almost forgot that there was a Monday game. I was like, math isn't adding up here. I was like, oh, fuck, yeah, that Monday game. Like, no, I agree with you. They should have done 1 o'clock, 4:30, 8:20. Yeah. That's
why
it.
Not?
Call it a day.
And do it both Saturday, Sunday. Why? And I know
change your broadcast schedule though. Change your broadcast schedule.
Well, no, because ESPN's like, well, it's Monday Night Football. It's like, who cares? Do Monday night. Yeah, who cares? Like, whatever.
People are going to tune in. It's like you're still going to get the ratings. You're just not going to get the Monday Night Football branding. Like, it doesn't matter. Just change your schedule.
Exactly. Like, relax.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm going to take Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to eliminate the Dallas Cowboys. I think this is the perfect opponent for Tom Brady in the first round because the Bucs were not very good. They won the worst division in football. But if there's a team that will step on their own toes. It's the Dallas Cowboys. And I think any other team, I would, even the Vikings, I would look at it and go, ooh, I don't know. But I don't know, man. The Dallas Cowboys, they looked awful against Washington last weekend. And so they're sort of stumbling into the playoffs. Tom Brady is like 7-0 or 8-0 in his career against the Dallas Cowboys. I just think the Tampa Bay Bucks get the win.
Let's not forget about the Dallas coaching either.
Yes, the Big Mike. Like, I just think,
he doesn't have any tricks up his sleeve. That's the thing.
No,
I almost kind of want Dallas to win, but it's just, they're not smart. They're not strategic. Like I said, there's no secret playbook that's going to come out and beat Tom Brady, especially with his record against that team. So
100%.
I just don't see. On that one.
Yeah, I just think I think this is, if you look at all the teams in the playoffs on the NFC side, this is the team that I think is the perfect team for Brady to be playing.
Yeah.
In the first round. I just think I don't know. I think I could see the Bucks kind of putting it all. I could see the Bucks putting it all together and having a really good game and eliminating the Cowboys, and all of us coming on next week and going, look out for the Bucks, and then going out on divisional weekend and getting the doors blown off by
That's the thing. I think they can. I still don't think that they'll get past divisional. If they do, I don't think they'll be in the Super Bowl. Let's just put it that way. There's no way. If they get past divisional, that's going to be a stroke of Tom Brady epicness, putting the team on his back, and a little bit of luck. But I can't see them going past that.
100%. Well, my friend, I hope you have an awesome time this weekend. That is an epic way to watch.
It would have been even more epic if it was Green Bay, because it would be deja vu, because I was actually at this exact same place last year when Green Bay played San Fran and lost.
It wouldn't have been epic though, because they would have probably got that same time slot, so they would have been the first game of the weekend, so you would have been settling in for your weekend, and you would have watched them get run off the field by the 49ers, and that just would have put a bad taste in your mouth. At least now you can go and just be an objective observer and just sit back and just watch.
Cheer for Brian's Bills.
If it was anyone else but the Niners, I would have been like, okay. But the second I saw it win and they're playing the Niners, I was like, oh my God. They're not beating the Niners. It's not happening.
That was the nice part, is just put us out of our misery at the end of the season, where we could put a nice little bow on it and call it a day.
100%.
Yeah.
So we will be back next week with Brian to preview the divisional round. Hopefully his Buffalo Bills, as we said earlier, I think they will be heading to, I wonder who they'll play. If they got the 2 seed, so I don't think they'll be playing Kansas City. They're probably playing the winner of the Chargers or the Jags.
I got to see what the other seed. I think they're playing the winner of the that game.
Yeah, I think they'll be playing the winner of Chargers Jags, and then if the Bengals Ravens will be going to Kansas City. Woo! I love this time of year.
Oh, man.
So if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe so you come hang out with us next week while we preview divisional weekend, and then we'll be back to preview championship weekend and then the Super Bowl. Spread the word. Tell your friends. We really appreciate it. We'll see you guys then.